What's up guys, it's Rogue here and welcome to a different video on the channel. So for today I actually got you a dueling book deck profile. I thought I'd change it up and see how these do. Of course I am back home from university at least for a month or two, so actually having access to new decks constantly is going to be a bit more challenging. So I thought I would sort of test out the grounds a little bit and give you a different type of deck profile for today. So for today, we're not actually going to be showing you the rescue base list that you guys have been seeing for the last few weeks. I think the only changes I've added instant fusion. We're actually going to show you this Altergeist list that I've been working on. Let's set this as default. So looking at this Altergeist deck, I think that the support post June has really helped out the deck. Initially from testing it's proved to be so, and when I go into this deck profile I'm going to be showing you exactly how the new cards work. Before I get into that, make sure you do subscribe if you are new to the channel, leave a like, drop a comment, what deck are you going to be playing post June, and also just subscribe if you're new. I think 90% of you that watch this video are not subscribed, and if you do enjoy this type of content, make sure to subscribe because there'll be plenty more of it coming. And I think I've said everything. Let's get straight into the deck profile. So for 3 of we're playing triple Altergeist Marionetta. This card's incredible. On normal, it's going to set you a Altergeist trap directly from your deck to the spell and trap zone, so they can't be ashed because it's setting. And it's a really cool other effect is you can target an Altergeist card that includes itself and an Altergeist in your graveyard and basically do a swapsies. And I think this is really cool because you can target a multi-faker like we're going to do in the combo and tag it out for a Hexteel that's already in the graveyard. So that is very, very nice. Speaking of multi-faker, triple multi-faker, card's incredible. If you activate a trap card, so imperm, evenly matched, it's going to special summon itself, and when it's special summoned, it's going to special summon a Altergeist from the deck in defense. You are Altergeist locked, which is the only, I believe, it's the only card that Altergeist locks you, but you're going to be primarily doing this during your opponent's turn anyway, and you're going to be getting a really good body out, like Silk, which is going to get you a bounce, or you're going to be getting Meliseek, and then the turn is going to pass, and then the special summon restriction is going to pass as well, and then you're going to be able to go for more generic link plays. Meliseek, again, I think this is an amazing card. It's triple, obviously you play it at 3. Not only does it help break boards because it can attack directly and send a card to the graveyard, which is nice, but also you can normal summon it, link it away, and it gets you an immediate rotor. So that's why I'm playing triple Meliseek. For the new edition, but it's not the new support, it's what it was the latest edition before the new support in June. It was actually Pukari, and I've been testing this card at 1, at 2, and at 3, and I think 3 is vital. This Pukari plus your Meliseek is a amazing 2-card combo. It's going to get you a Link 4, a Link 3, and a Link 2 on the field, all the different Altergeist cards, and it's going to set you 2. It's going to get you access to both your manifestation and your protocol in your hand with follow-up. So that is why Pukari is so insane. And it has the once per duel effect that if you do link it, and if you do summon a link monster and it is in the grave, it's going to add itself to the hand. But its main effect is you can use it as a material directly from your hand for a link summon of an Altergeist. So for Hexteel, you only need a Meliseek in the hand, and you can use a Pukari directly you need a Meliseek in the field, and you can use a Pukari directly from your hand, and you got a link 2 there. For the new support, Altergeist Malwisp. I think this card's an incredible one-of. I don't think you need to be playing more than one. They're very, very recyclable. And what this card does is, when it's added to your hand except by drawing it, so you never want to draw it for your standard draw, it's going to special summon itself. And if it's normal or special, it's going to target an Altergeist monster in the graveyard and special summon it. But for the rest of the turn, its effects are negated. But you can still use it for link material, etc., etc. So that, I think Malwisp is incredible. It's a tuner as well. And it's a level 3, so very, very useful, and it of course sticks to the spellcaster theme that all the Altergeists already are. 1 Silk. I think you guys know that Silk is probably the reason the deck has so much hatred. The summon a Faker, summon Silk, and then bounce a card. You only ever need 1, again, because you can always get the manifestation to summon it back, and you can recycle your manifestation quite a few ways. So I never really feel the need of running multiple Silk. And also remember, you can target, when it does go to grave, you target an Altergeist trap in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So basically, if manifestation's in the grave, Silk goes to graveyard, add manifestation will summon back Silk, and they'll just keep constantly recycling themselves that way. And I play 1 Kunkari. Many lists aren't actually playing Kunkari. I think Kunkari's great utility with the Link 3, because the Link 3 can special summon an Altergeist to the field. And if you don't know, the Kunkari, when it's special summoned, you're going to target 1 face-up card your opponent controls and negate its effects as long as it's face-up in the field, so potentially forever. And it also has, when your opponent monster declares an attack, you can special summon it. But that effect isn't really that useful. It's the summoning from deck for an instant negate. So I think Kunkari has its place at least as a one-off. Moving on to the hand traps, so we play quite a few. We have Triple Ash, which I just think is good in pretty much every matchup. Triple Ghost Mourner, more for the Pearly matchup, and then Triple Droll to hit everything else. I think these hand traps are very, very good. Of course, we play the Imperm, so it's 12 hand traps in total, which I think is a nice amount. I think maybe you're going to need to bump it up to 15, but in testing so far, it's been absolutely fine. Pot of Prosperity, as I said, you care about the extra deck now, so we can't play the Pot of Extravagance, so that is why we're playing the Pot of Prosperity, since we are going to be wanting to not banish all our Altergeist cards, and it's just an incredible card as well, and I don't think we actually have a draw in the deck, so Pot of Prosperity fits in perfectly well. 1 for 1. I feel like this card there's enough level 1s in the deck to justify playing it. We have the Pukari and we have the Meliseek, and I just think for that, you just play it. It's an incredible one. Or if you could play Call By instead of this, I just play the 1 for 1 because it's going to get me access to the Meliseek or the Pukari. For the traps, triple personal spoofing. If this card had Altergeist in the name, it would be so much better. Sadly, it doesn't, so you got to draw it or add it for your prosperity, and it's the best Altergeist trap that exists. It's shuffle 1 Altergeist card from your hand, all face up in the field into the main deck, and that's the cost. And then you add an Altergeist monster from your deck jam. Could literally be the same. You could put back a Malwisp, add Malwisp effect, special summon itself. It's absolutely insane, but it is susceptible to spell and trap removal. The fact that Ghost Ogre exists as well. Ghost Ogre is kind of really bad, really good against this deck because you can hit the spoofing and you can hit the protocol and things like that. But apart from that, spoofing is incredible. We have 1 Altergeist protocol. We only play 1 because we're going to easily add it or set it with our main combo. Same can be said for manifestation, but protocol, what we're going to do is you cannot negate the activation or effects of Altergeist cards, which is incredible. And it's also a monster negate by sending one other face-up Altergeist card that you control to the graveyard. So remember, if there's D-Shifter, you can't activate your protocol. Just keep that in mind. But making essentially all the Altergeist stuff spell speed 4 is really, really nice. Manifestation is basically a monster reborn, and that's exactly what it does. You can just loop it constantly. Remember, it also has the effect you can banish it from the grave, target an Altergeist trap, and add it to your hand. You don't really ever want to do that unless you're in a really dire situation and you really need the protocol and it's in the graveyard. Either because if you do that, you only play the 1 copy, so it's gone forever, and you're not going to be able to recycle it. We play the really bad Altergeist trap, which is the Altergeist Haunted Rock. This card, we only play, it's the brick basically of the deck, and we only play it because we use it in a combo where we can set it off an Altergeist card, so Marionetta for example, and you can immediately activate it then. If you set it normally, you can't activate it the turn it's set. It needs to be set off a Altergeist card, and it also helps you play around the evenly matched, because when your opponent activates a trap card, send an Altergeist monster from your hand to graveyard and it negates evenly matched. So it has its uses, but mainly this is for getting your multi-faker line turn 1 where you don't have to set a card and wait. I've explained Imperm. Imperm into Faker is ridiculous. Same can be said for evenly matched. You evenly match the opponent, they banish pretty much everything, and then you hit them with a Faker as well, and it's just absolutely insane. Really good board breaker. Could replace this for 3 hand traps if you want to be playing 15. I just think the evenly matched in the main is very underrated. Moving on to the side, we have Triple Hexia. As I mentioned, this card is incredible, and we're going to be making it as often as possible. Gains attack equal to the original attack of each Altergeist monster it points to. So if you have it pointing to the new Link 4, it's going to be gaining 3k attack, which is very nice. And it's a spell and trap negate, basically, by attributing an Altergeist monster it points to. And when it goes to the graveyard, it is a rotor as well. So really, really nice card. I wouldn't play anything less than 3. Moving on to the Link 3 here, we have the Prime Banshee. Not a new card, but Altergeist didn't play it until now, I guess, because now it's actually really good. And now it's 2 Altergeist monsters, and it's basically a quick effect E-Telly by tributing a Altergeist monster from your field, which is really, really nice. And if it goes to the graveyard, it's going to add a Altergeist card from your graveyard to your hand, which I think is a very neat effect as well. Good for chain blocking. Finally, we're going to the Link 4. This is the brand new Link 4. This is the incredible, incredible card. It's so good. I'm going to redo the effects. It's actually like a custom card. It takes 2 Altergeist monsters, so a Prime Banshee and 1, or 2 Hexias, or whatever. And if this card is Link summoned, you're going to set a Altergeist trap directly from deck, so that they can't ash that. And then once while this card is face up on the field, during the main phase, you're going to quick effect send a card you control to the graveyard, can be any, target an effect monster, and you take control of it. And if you do, it counts as an Altergeist card, meaning you can personal spoofing it back into the deck later on and get a search. I think that is incredible. Helps with OTKs as well. If they have a big monster, send some of your small guys, take the big monster, and then attack. Really, really nice. And then, of course, we have the Altergeist Memory Gant. It hardly ever comes up. Usually you prosper it away, but it helps basically do your OTKs during the battle phase. It contribute, gain attack, and then it has multiple attacks, and basically that's what it does. I'm going to skip the synchros for now and continue to the other links. We play the one Link Karibo, obviously, because we play our Metaseek, the one Anima for that reason as well. We play the one Celine because they're all spellcasters, and that means that Celine's really good. We have the one Access Code as well to help push for game and OTKs. One of the Pit Knight Early, which is a combo you can do, which makes you the Decode Talker Heat Soul, which you're hopefully going to be drawing your Ashes, your Mourners, or your Drawing Lockbirds with it. Moving to the synchros here. The reason I want to leave Arcanite Magician to the end, you'll see why. We play one Herald, because this is a level 3, so Malwisp and a Metaseek or Malwisp and a Pukari can make you a Herald, which is a kind of funny, good negation that. And also we played the one Arcanite Magician. We played the Arcanite Magician because it takes a level 4 and a level 3, so a Marionetta and a Malwisp to make this. It gains 2 spell counters, and so basically it's 2,400. You can remove spell counters from your field, target a card your opponent controls, and destroy it. This is really important because your Celine, Queen of the Master Magistus, places spell counters onto the field. So what does that mean? That with the spare spell counters that you have after you bring back a guy, because you're going to be able to essentially access code before access code, because Arcanite Magician's not once per turn. It's going to be able to constantly remove spell counters and pop cards. And let's say your Celine has 3 spell counters. You remove 3 spell counters from Celine, pop 3 cards, and you can remove another 2 spell counters from Arcanite Magician as well, and pop another 2 cards. So 5 cards. Absolutely crazy. And that is why I wanted to leave Arcanite Magician till the end. For the side deck here, not the full list by any means. It's just in testing. I got Secret Village because they are old spellcasters, of course. We have D-Barrier, just because it's very good against Branded and other synchro decks. Solemn Judgment to help play around the evenly matched. The 3 Metaverse to get into your Secret Village to lock out your opponent from spells. And then we have Triple Herald of the Abyss for the purely matchup to help sort of combat the Noir, essentially. But that is the list, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this list. It's something I've been testing for a while now, and I think it's extremely good. And let me know, you Altergeist lovers, if the support from DUNE is enough to compete. Personally, I think it has helped the deck a lot, but to compete, we'll have to see. I think it has a good chance, especially that people still don't really know what Altergeist cards do, even though they've been out for absolutely ages. So if you do enjoy this video, make sure